Hey there guys, I'm coming at you on this very cold December day where it is now almost dark at about 4:30 p.m., which drives me crazy. The good news is that as I'm recording this, the winter solstice is only, I think, a week away. So yeah, the days will start getting longer again, thank God. Now, coming at you in the cold with this tutorial on wraps. Now, wraps are one of these awesome things that the poi community has kind of borrowed from the glow sticking community, or, you know, perhaps it was always something that poi did. I'm not sure, but I do know that it's something the glow sticking community does a lot, and it's a vocabulary that the glow sticking community has developed far more than the poi community. So I'm going to show you guys just some very basics, and you guys can go exploring some of the glow sticking videos out there if you want to kind of expand your repertoire on these. Now, starting off, a wrap is essentially just getting enough of the poi tether, wrapped around your arm that you can tug it back out and not get it tangled up in itself, right? So to start with on this, I would actually recommend just starting off with one poi rotating in wall plane, and then you stick the other hand out in front of you and experiment with getting your hand just a little bit closer to your arm until it just barely wraps over your arm. And to get it back out, of course, you're literally just going to tug your hand right back the direction that it just came from, right? Sweet. And as you're doing this, get more and more close to the other arm. And what you'll generally find is that there's kind of a butter zone that you can operate in here where you get just enough of a wrap to really get the effect out of it, and it's not too much that you can't pull back out of it relatively rapidly, yeah? And I generally find that that amount is such that the poi head could wrap back around and almost wrap around the tether as it's coming in. It's just a hair short of that. And I usually find that that's just about ideal. So once you got that down, of course, you want to get it going the other way, and of course, bring it in from the underside of your arm. And once again, same rules apply. Start off just barely nicking it, and get closer and closer until you find the length that works best for you. Which, again, for me, I find it's generally just enough length so that the head just barely falls short of wrapping all the way around back upon its, the tether itself, yeah? Cool, so once you got both of them down, your task is to work on wrapping them straight back and forth like this. And of course, to get that down on both hands. Once you got it down on both hands, the next thing you're going to want to do is actually try just doing a wrap with one hand at a time. And this is actually a great way that you can switch between timing and direction combinations. Use a wrap and you've changed direction, and you can also, if you want to, use it as a way that you can change your timing as well. But to have it even more fun, you can try just bouncing straight back and forth between your wraps, like so, which looks really cool, and which, once again, the glow stickers of the world out there definitely know a much better way to do this. One more note before I set you guys off, which is that normally as I'm performing these wraps, I'm looking for a spot that is about midway down my forearm, between my wrist and my elbow. And there's no reason that you can't wrap around other places. Your upper arms, for example. For example, you can wrap your poi around your non-native upper arm, or you can wrap it around your native upper arm. Be careful with this one because, once again, length becomes an issue. If you have relatively long poi, you may find that they actually go too far around your arm to be able to pull them out of a wrap very quickly or effectively. So you'll want to wrap them around a couple fingers or your hand in order to get the length right to be able to bounce straight in and out of these kind of movements, right? In which case, you can also use your legs, for example, and if you're really brave, you can you know, use your neck, whatever surfaces you happen to come across, right? When it becomes fun is when you start mixing and matching these and say, okay, well, what about if I get both of my poi to wrap around the opposite upper arm, in which case this kind of cool spiral thing comes about. Or what if I were to say get them to both wrap around the same upper arm, like so, which you can do in split opposites just as easily as you can split times same direction. And of course, there's always the wrap that you do around the hand itself, which is called a shotgun. And most of us kind of absent-mindedly do this anyways, but it can be really cool to integrate that into your spinning as well. Say, for example, if you, and the timing on this is really tricky, but one thing you can do is actually do a shotgun as you wrap the other hand around and do something that approximates a spiral wrap. Like so. I'm not as good with it on the other side. Oh, that came out much better than I thought. Cool. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy these and have a whole lot of fun with them. And happy holidays to you. Peace.